Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of our podcast. I've been so excited about today's topic.
Hey there, me too. I've been buzzing about it all week.
Awesome. So we're diving into Richard Koch's book, The 80/20 Principle. The idea that 80% of results come from 20% of efforts.
Yeah, it's such an intriguing concept, isn't it?
Totally. But I have to admit, I'm a bit skeptical about how we can actually apply it to our lives.
Oh? What's making you skeptical?
Well, figuring out that crucial 20% isn't easy. I mean, how do we really know which activities give us the most bang for our buck?
Uh-huh.
It's not like our tasks come with labels saying, hey, I'm part of your 20%.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Seriously, it would make life so much simpler.
Maybe it starts with some self-reflection, tracking what we do and seeing what results we get.
Yeah, but who has the time to track everything? It seems exhausting.
I get it, but perhaps we don't need to track everything, just the major stuff.
Maybe. But even then, it could feel overwhelming.
True, but remember, Koch talks about working smarter, not harder.
That's appealing. I like the idea of maximizing efficiency without adding more stress.
Exactly. For instance, I've noticed that a small portion of my efforts leads to most of my achievements.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
Well, I started keeping a simple journal of my tasks. Nothing fancy. And I noticed patterns like certain activities really move the needle.
Interesting. So you focus more on those?
Exactly. I prioritize those tasks now.
And has it made a big difference?
Absolutely. I'm getting more done and feeling less frazzled.
That's fantastic. But what about the tasks you can't delegate or skip?
Well, for those, I try to streamline them or combine them with other activities.
Smart move. Maybe I should try that.
You definitely should. It might help lighten your load.
I hope so. Lately, I've been feeling swamped with to-dos.
I can relate. It's a common struggle.
By the way, do you think this principle applies to personal relationships?
Oh, that's a great question.
I've been wondering if focusing on the relationships that bring the most joy is the way to get. But then I worry about neglecting other friends who might need support.
Yeah, it's tricky. You don't want to alienate anyone.
Exactly. Maybe it's about finding a balance.
Agreed. Deepening key relationships while still being there for others.
That sounds ideal. Though easier said than done.
True. Life's a juggling act.
Tell me about it.
Hey, speaking of balance, how do you think the 80/20 principle fits with being well-rounded?
That's an interesting angle.
Like, if we're always focusing on just the top 20%, do we miss out on new experiences? I don't know.
Right, I see what you mean.
Because sometimes the best moments come from unexpected places.
Absolutely. Maybe we need to leave room for spontaneity and exploration.
Agreed. Can't plan everything.
Exactly. So perhaps the principle is a guide, not a strict rule.
That makes sense.
Glad we're on the same page.
Me too.
I've been trying to learn guitar lately.
Oh, really? How's that going?
Well, I thought about applying the 80/20 rule to it.
Interesting. In what way?
Focusing on the chords used in most songs rather than trying to learn every chord out there.
Ah, smart. Makes learning more approachable.
Yeah, but then I wondered if I'm missing out on mastering the instrument fully.
Possibly, but you can always expand later.
True. Start with the essentials and build from there.
Exactly.
Still, it's tempting to want to do it all at once.
I feel you. Patience is key.
So they say.
Switching gears, do you think technology helps or hinders with this principle?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, like apps can help us track time and productivity, but then there's the distraction factor.
Totally. 1 minute you're checking emails, the next you're down a social media rabbit hole.
Right? Suddenly an hour's gone.
Exactly. Maybe we need to apply the 80/20 rule to our tech use.
Good idea. Focus on the apps that genuinely enhance our lives. But it's hard to resist the pull of notifications.
Tell me about it.
I guess we need to set boundaries.
Always comes back to balance.
Indeed.
By the way, I've heard businesses use the principle to focus only on top clients.
Yes, but doesn't that risk ignoring smaller customers who could become big clients someday?
Exactly. It can lead to missed opportunities and damaged relationships.
Which could backfire in the long run.
Precisely. So there's an ethical consideration.
Agreed. Can't just chase the big fish and ignore the rest.
Nope. Every customer counts.
Couldn't have said it better. Do you think we sometimes oversimplify things with the 80-20 principle?
Maybe. Life isn't always that neat and predictable.
Right? Not everything fits into tidy percentages.
But it can still be a useful tool if we use it wisely.
I agree. As long as we don't take it too literally.
Well played.
So, any final thoughts?
I'd say it's all about focusing on what truly matters, but staying open to new opportunities and experiences.
Love that. Being intentional yet flexible.
Yep.
This has been such a fun chat.
It really has. I hope our listeners enjoyed it too.
Me too. We always love hearing from them.
Absolutely. Their feedback is part of our 20% that brings us 80% joy.
Nice one.
Oh.
All right, until next time.
Stay mindful and focus on what counts.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode of From the Book Nook.
Thanks so much for joining us. We love having you here in our cozy little corner of the book world.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.
And we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts and book recommendations in the comments.
It really helps us connect with more book lovers like you.
And we'll meet you right back here in the Nook.
Until next time, keep turning those pages.
Happy reading.
Happy reading.